Good morning, everyone. My name is Ebuka. I'm the product manager for MyLet. Welcome to MyLet, an integrated home rental solution targeted for new immigrants and international students. And we came together to design this amazing product to reduce the pain points of our targeted audience. And these are the fantastic individuals that came together to make this product a good one. We have a guide, Scrum Master, business analyst, developer, UI UX design, and myself, the product manager. And we came unique. We came to solve a problem for our international students. And we came with three categories in one. We have our skill for rent, which is new in the market. We have our global credit check and a verification check to bridge the gap of the problem that new migrants have when they try to take up accommodation in Canada. And we have our proposition backed by a solid 132 respondents that empathize on the issues that we came to solve. And this demonstrates our business opportunity statement when we build a website that gives us the capability to search and message and verify. And we try to bring the homeowners, the renters together. And at the end of the day, all this is designed to minimize the accommodation barriers being experienced by our targeted audience and bring them together to make sure that that problem doesn't exist anymore. So our market value proposition also demonstrates, our minimum viable product shows us what we must come to market with today. I can confidently say we're coming with our listing, our search location verification, which is a very, very unique one for us. Our user profile, our pricing. Down the road, we're gonna incorporate more features that we see on the screen. And imagine yourself as someone coming to Canada. Shelter is one of the essentials of life, and you have everything but a verification check to make sure that you have a room to call yours. And that is the pain of some of our personas. And we come with solution to bridge the gap. Like I mentioned earlier, the verification check, whereby someone coming to Canada doesn't have like a credit history to present to the landlord. We come ready to help them solve that problem. And I'll hand over to Zulikat to demonstrate our product.
All right, thank you, Ebuka. Hi, everyone. My name is Zulikat. So I just want everybody to imagine that you're currently in your home country, you're financially stable, but one day you decided to relocate to another country called Canada. But on getting there, you realize that you can rent an apartment because you don't have a credit score or you don't have like proof of affordability. Yeah, that's what happens to most immigrants and new immigrants and also international students. And would have happened to Samuel Odogu if one of his friends didn't send him the link to MyLet or one of the Telegram group. Meet Samuel Odogu is a 28-year-old guy who is looking for an apartment in Canada because he is about to move. Before we talk about Samuel's user flow on our website, let's talk about the homeowner. We can't talk about the renter without the homeowner, right? Meet Robert Madison. Robert Madison owns an apartment that he would like to rent. So now let's go to MyLet website. All right. So Robert comes to our website and then he logs in. He logs in through his Google account. And he clicks that he's an homeowner. On our website, you can list an apartment, you can list a room, or you could find a roommate. But for this purpose, he's going to list an apartment. He puts in all of the information, the photos, the videos, the description of what he is trying to list. He clicks on continue. Yeah, good day, Robert. Once you click on this, he sees his dashboard, and then it comes to his listing. He could find it here. And now I will go back to Samuel's interface. Once Samuel comes to our website, Samuel is the renter, by the way. Once it comes to our website, it goes through it, it looks at it, everything looks good. He can also chat with us if he has any issue, right? He clicks on find the perfect rental. Samuel is the renter, as I said earlier. He clicks on it. This prompts him to log in. He also logs in using the Google account. He clicks easy renter. On our website again, you can find an apartment, you can find a room, or also find a roommate. He clicks for this purpose, is clicking on find an apartment. You can filter based on his preference, but he sees this first picture, he clicks on it and tries to contact the landlord. He scrolls down to make sure that whatever is listed here fits his preference, and which it does, and the amount is based on his budget. He clicks to start chat with the homeowner. This prompts him to generate a report. On our website, you can do ID check, credit check, bank statement check, and background check. Please note that this ID checks and background checks is drawn from all over the world. So he clicks on buy now. He puts his bank details, his credit card details, sorry. He makes payment on Stripe, and payment was successful. And this will redirect him to our third-party verification partner, which is called Certain. So if Samuel clicks on the privacy policy and he agrees that it's over 18, next. He puts his first name. He doesn't have a middle name. He puts his last name, and then he puts the phone number. It asks him for his address. He puts the address he has lived. Next. Then he doesn't have any other address. Yeah, it's still loading. All right, yeah, he clicks here, and this goes to the next one. This is a summary of all what Sam has already filled on his website. Continue. And then he submits his application. He gets the verification on his email showing that he has already done this. He comes back, he goes to his dashboard, and then he clicks on reports verification. On his page now, we can see that he's been verified. He has done his background verification. He also comes here to his application, and then he can see that he can continue and try and request a tour from the landlord. And yeah, that is it. All right, that's the end of our review. Back to Rebecca.
Thank you, Zuli, for the wonderful demo. Like we all say, it's all about the Benjamins. Let's talk about our financials. So we intend on average to get $30 from each of our customers. It varies depending on what product they want to adopt with us. Based on our projections, we're expected to get 164 return on investment, netting 9.8 million revenue. Our annual customer base, we're looking at 77%, and these numbers are analyzed in a very, very concise and manner. It can go much more higher than that. We are expected to, you look on the right, you see our profit charts going from 0.56 up to 3.38 in the 3.16 in the fifth year. And initially, we have more of a landlord based on our projections and students coming in. And going forward, you can see that at some point, the ratio of landlord and renters kind of evens up, which makes sure that people are placed in properties as they require. We come with 4 customer segments and few categories to add on to that. And our competitive analysis clearly demonstrate that we come with value to the market above and beyond what is being offered at the moment. And our unique proposition is targeted on international students and migrants, and as well our global credit score verification spreading across over 200 countries. And our marketing strategy, we're trying to get on board with targeted messages From research, it shows that people read more of their messages than other forms of communication. And we come with brand ambassador as well. And we scale up to digital marketing referral programs as we progress in different phases of our development. These are some of the applications we utilize to make sure that we'll bring to you this amazing product. We spend so much time on Slack, Zoom, Confluence, Figma, Bubble, and a host of other ones. And our challenges during the product, you can put up this without one or two challenges. And we learned lessons along the way. Open-mindedness was one of the biggest gain for us because we had this philosophy of yes, and every idea from any team member is valuable. I will put it on a table and analyze it until we take the best out of it. Teamwork is a huge one, and shared responsibilities to make sure nothing falls through the crack. Now, looking at our release plan, this shows you a pictorial of 1 to 100 weeks in the course of our development. We're currently at the 9th one, and we are trying to scale up as well to adopt as far as mobile app development, premium services, and a couple of other things that we will bring to you. So come join MyLet and let's give our international students and new migrants the perfect rental solution as they try to join us in this wonderful land of Canada. We are scaling globally in some of our further down the road. Thank you.
All right, round of applause for them. Thank you for your presentation. Good work. We're going to start with Nohela on this one. And by the way, please remind me, for the last presentation, I forgot to get the team the chance to do their 1-minute response after the judges. So I don't want to forget this time. And then we'll let the previous team come back, MindScribe, to give their response that I forgot to give them a chance. So let's start with judges' feedback first. Nohela, over to you.
Sounds good. So this is a cause/problem very close to my heart. When I first came to Canada, I needed a guarantor. Otherwise, they wouldn't give me, be able to rent. So thank you for solving this problem. I had a specific question with regards to your product. When you were talking about your competitive analysis, you were talking about the various different features. And yes, so that's you, right? Yeah, that's you. MyLet has credit score verification as well. So how does that work with international students? I'm just a little bit confused with regards to people who don't have a credit score. How does that work if you're serving newcomers?
So every individual has a history from wherever they're coming from. So we are working with a third-party credit verification companies that have a global reach to bring on the history of, say, Sam Odogwu. So when it comes to Canada, he doesn't have a Canadian credit history, but he has something to show that I'm a responsible individual. I don't have any criminal record. I have a good financial backing to come to Canada with, which will boost the confidence of the landlord, because at the end of the day, every landlord wants to get their rent as and when due every month. So we're coming to demonstrate to the landlord that this guy has done that time and time again in the past, and he's not going to change anytime soon.
Sounds good. Another quick question with regards to your business model. You mentioned that there's an annual fee. Is that it?
No, it's not an annual fee. So it's an average fee.
Okay. I'll take
okay, sure, I'll take it.
Yeah, so the $30 is actually an average over a 5-year period of what we're going to be charging. Each of the customers have different fees. For example, a landlord, for example, will probably pay like $5. If an international student that is seeking a roommate or is seeking an apartment, you probably pay a different amount. So this is basically an average across all the different categories.
So for every, if you give them bring them a renter, someone to rent, they pay you $30.
No, it depends on the service that they are doing. For example, now let me say you are the homeowner. You don't need to do a credit score as a homeowner. So we don't expect the revenue to come from that, but we expect you to have a ID verification being done. So every of those categories have a different cost bracket. So what we basically just done is just do an average of all of those categories over a 5-year period, and this was coming to $30 per person.
Okay, so my comment to that is that it is very low in this market. Like even Canada has the renting market is exploding. It's really expensive. Landlords are benefiting massively. You should definitely be charging them more. I would encourage you to charge them something more proportionate to what they're earning from the rentals of these newcomers. There's 500K newcomers coming every year. It is bringing the average of pricing above. You're helping them, make a lot of money. So I think you should definitely find a business model that charges more for more scalability and sustainability.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for that. Let's go to Aki.
Yeah, it's first commending the quality of the problem being solved, right? You're solving a problem on two sides, right? You're solving a problem from the landlord side in getting better qualified candidates for rentals or for renters. I think one of the in my opinion, the strength of your product is the checks, right? The ID check, the credit check, the background check. Yeah, it was what stood out to me, and I wish that was played up a little bit more. I felt you were playing up some of the features that I'll see on rentals.ca, on Kijiji, on Facebook Marketplace. For me, that wasn't what sets you apart. What really sets you apart is those checks, whereby which your competitors don't have. So I wish you played that up a little bit more. And you could also see from Nuhela's questions, right? Like that customer journey and your funding journey, right? Like the different, how much is a landlord going to pay? How much is a renter going to pay? How you're going to fund it. So I wish there was a bit more, that's an opportunity for you to explore in terms of your storytelling, where you're focusing on what makes you different from your competitors. So food for thought for the team. But all in all, I think it's a viable problem you're solving, both on the landlord side and on the renter side. And I think it's an important solution in that space.
Thank you. And last but not least, ideally, and then the teams will respond.
Okay. I echo a lot of the advice and the feedback given by two other judges, and I have similar feedback to give as well. I think what you're bringing into the market is so different and so needed. I mean, it's a vast market, so it's a really good problem to solve. And given the trends that are happening in this market, so kudos to you guys for selecting this type of a problem to solve. I think there's a lot of money you've left on the table, which is echoing Nuhelia's and concern regards to the annual revenue. You are providing a very important value proposition to home renters. And so they should be paying more for this. But one of my questions would be, so your key differentiator is this credit score verification feature, but you said it's through a third-party solution. Let's say you come to market, you're really successful. How are you protecting that competitive advantage? Who's to stop any of the other companies from going to that same third party and copying that solution, and then you lose your competitive advantage? That's the only concern I would have if I wasn't sitting in an investor seat. How are you going to protect that? But I love the product. I love everything else about it.
Interesting feedback and questions. So now I'm not going to forget, you guys have 1 minute to respond to the judges.
All right, I'll take the last one from Ayodele. So right now we actually have service level agreements with our service providers, which actually protects us from competitors, because what we are doing is we are going all the way around. We're not just staying in Canada, we are actually going back to where the immigrants are coming from, those countries, and that's where we are starting our journey from. So we have an agreement with them, which basically protects us. That's one thing. Second thing is in terms of the pricing scale up. So we plan to actually scale up this, but our pricing model is basically based on what is in the market right now. But over the course of the years, as you know, as we proceed and enter the market, we are actually planning to also review the pricing as well.